Hey everybody, it's the Last Robokai here. We're on Prey Mooncrash, and today we're doing Test Fire. And joining me as always is cool.
Yo, I can't help but notice that this is a particularly long episode. I can only imagine that means some, like, serious hardcore shenanigans are in store.
Oh, well, the Test Fire is a very involved, very long quest. Gotta do a lot in this. So we're gonna get ourselves really ready for it.
So 200 handgun bullets, 500 or 5 basically batteries for the disruptor, 100 shotgun shells. Yeah, you're not screwing around here, are you?
Well, I'm here to fight a war.
Honestly, I'm a little bit sad you didn't end up taking more neuromods just to prove the point that you can neuromod anybody the hell out whenever you damn well please. Okay, so the control modules, on the other hand.
The control modules are me guessing something. Okay, I'll take some more Sci-Hypers too.
Sure, why not?
I have this inkling of where this quest is going to go.
Clearly everywhere, because you clearly want to, you know, go everywhere. Moon Dude simulation. Okay, we're launching the simulation and you're now a Moon Dude.
We have become the Moon Lady.
Hazardous atmosphere conditions.
People like Riley get honorary dudemanship.
I don't know,
That's a word.
Riley doesn't enjoy games like you know, so that's that. Doesn't want to join in Fatal Fortress or anything like that. It's terrible. Here we go. We're gonna get across the moon. Apparently, the Pythias moon base is once more enveloped in a dust storm. Once more, is the place without oxygen.
That kind of makes more sense than anything else, and it's honestly substantially less, what's the word I'm looking for, of an impediment than most other things. You know, I could only imagine what it would be like trying to navigate through the crew quarters with no oxygen there. Like, swear to God, you get nailed by a technopath in there. Ugh, pain in the dick.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd like to see a bit more of it myself.
Yeah, well, that is fair.
And this is just gonna be the usual affair. Starting out, gonna pick my way through everything. Now that we have the operator that lets us carry everything, there's a lot less. Oh, I'm gonna leave that behind going on.
Particularly with this being the first the first run of this. I'm honestly a little bit surprised you didn't do the prep run with Joan to fix everything.
Yeah, no, I decided no. You know what? I kind of know what I'm going to be up against. I've got this very strong inkling of what I'm going to be up against, and I mostly just took all the weapons just in case I'm wrong, because I'm not expecting this to actually be very difficult. I've pieced together all the information based on like what I've seen already. I think I know all that we're going to be doing today.
That Mr. Torg poster where he's flexing and there's just "We got this" in the back. That's you. That's you right now.
Yep. It's just my only issue in it all is the fact that I still just can't see nothing.
Yeah, I
Gosh.
was about to make another comment about that. How, you know, basically platforming from one portion of the moon base to the other is a real problem with this damn dust storm in the way. You can't even see down the damn stairs. Come on now.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's moon dust. It gets in everything.
Ugh.
And does not grant you immortality.
Cave Johnson had to figure that one out. He is deathly ill. Yes, that was a Portal 2 reference. No, I'm not sorry.
I don't know what that one was trying to prove, but
Yeah, seriously. At that point, he was just trying to say, "Hey, look what I could do," and nobody's amused.
I'm gonna do a flip.
Dude, it's a fire shotgun thingy.
Yeah, I had one of those when we took on the Nightmare. So let's check all our statuses as usual.
Okay, fair.
Yep, Pythias Labs has no power, so we've got to restore power to that before we go in there, that's for sure. Yeah, fire hazards
Pythias
also in
Labs also
Pythias
has
Labs.
the fire.
Well, that explains why there's no power, right? It's like, hey, yo, that explains everything.
Fire suppression systems are offline.
Oh yeah, we have like 1,000 control modules on us, so let's fix this problem first and foremost.
Sure. A
There we
1
go.
and a 2. There you go.
Because, yeah, I really don't like the thought of going into Pythias Labs and the containment fields being down because the power is out. I have no idea if that happens. I'm going to test it out when I'm just like
Sometime that's
goofing
not
around
now.
playing later. But yeah, which means I'll probably never actually ever tell the thread what happened. I'm sorry, everybody, but that's just something you'll have to.
I will try to
you'll have to
remind
join-
you, and then I'll probably forget because we're both aware of exactly how much of a mind like a sieve I have. Like, of the two of us, I'm the forgetful one.
Well, there may come a quest where I just do this, that, and everything to get so I just show off other stuff that's interesting. If I
Frickin'
find
operator
anything that's
over there.
particularly interesting. But now
Okay,
we've got a memory to get into.
let's flash back.
Hey, I got you something.
That is quite a face.
Hey, Riley. It's Noel Benson. I think we're...
Ah, Benson. You're new, aren't you?
Well,
Of course you are. Your shuttle arrived on December 3rd, a transfer from our North Office. Before that, you worked as an adjunct on various unremarkable grant projects, none of which entitles you to address me in such a familiar way.
I didn't mean...
It's Madam Director or Dr. Yu. Choose one.
Yes, Director, you. Please forgive me.
Now, what do you have for me?
I just wanted to report that the crater towers are ready for a full-scale test.
Did you solve the power supply?
Yes. Well, nearly so. The control modules burn out after each activation. But the results are positive. All the Typhon in the vicinity are completely destroyed, all at once.
What about human subjects with Typhon-based neuromods?
We ran several tests on P00. Once the subject had more than a few neuromods installed, they were destroyed. Same as the Typhon.
Good work, Dr. Benson. I want to activate the towers myself for the full-scale test.
Yes, Madam Director. I believe Dr. Boyle is on her way right now with the control modules. That's strange. Dr. Boyle? Claudette? Oh, no, wait!
Yeah, so normally you'd have to go around and sort a whole bunch of shenanigans out, but fuck that.
Yeah, you brought all of the control modules you need right here and now.
Hey there, you look angry. Goodbye.
He was stretching.
And although you only have to activate one, let's activate all of them.
Sure,
because it's
why
fun.
not?
Yeah, I loaded it all up. I used all these control modules. Why not?
Whole bunch of freaking genocides.
Do.
Particularly if you can manage to murder the moon shark out there with it. That would be brilliant.
Well, check the list. We'll see.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, destroy some
Harvesters, science
harvesters.
operators.
There it
Moon
goes.
shark's killed. I am happy. That is catharsis. Eat
Huh.
every penis, you freaking jerk.
Since this was recorded, the first of the cosmetic updates came out, which added some fun stuff. I will make a video when all of those are added that allows us to that will allow us to
To
see everything.
appreciate the
Yeah.
the intense amazement of everything going on there. So that was it. You're good to just leave now.
Yeah, that's it.
I swear to God, bro. God.
Well, it's probably going to be a lot more involved, having to track down the corpse, maybe get some out of the harvesters, all sorts of other stuff. But I was like, you know what? I bet this is just all I'm going to have to do is have 100 control modules. So
I mean,
I'm just,
that does
yeah.
make a lot of sense. Like I was crowing about a couple of episodes ago, the puzzles here are practical puzzles wherein they use things that otherwise have use in the world. They don't have MacGuffins.
Yeah.
That does, however, make it incredibly hilarious because it didn't seem like you really needed Riley's anything to do that, or do you need to? Do you need to activate her memory block to test fire those things?
You have to activate her memory block. I believe that once you've done that, those things will always be available to fire. It's also worth noting that when you fire them off, the control modules get broken and fall on the ground, and only Joan can fix them.
Only Joan can fix them.
Like, this is, yeah, go away.
Wow, that was a that was a Neo dodge. He moves like they do.
Yeah, some of them get really good at just zipping around. I'm like, okay, this will do it, and I just sort of stand there like, really, you're making me look foolish.
Pulling acrobatics. Go
Stop
away,
breaking
Mimic.
the stuff, Jesus.
You're neither funny nor clever, Mimic.
And of course, the fucking wall comes up straight as that happens. Like, can I psychic powers through the wall? No.
You can just think really hard at them. I like the idea that you're just thinking really hard, and you can see like a vein bulging out of Riley's temple as she's trying to psychic past the gate.
Well, I'm ready to commit some thought crimes. Gook assist!
I'm sure
Get
Big
your
Brother
Gook assist
will
inside
be,
of you!
I'm sure Big Brother will be on his way soon.
Detected.
We have always been at war with the Typhon.
Very good, comrade. Very good.
Oh, someone wants to fight again. They've turned on the jukebox.
Yeah, seriously, the jukebox is still taking me off guard. Like, this is what, the 6th time? 7th? It's made me like sit up in my chair. God bless. Gets me every single time.
So at this point, we're just gathering up stuff because, as everyone can probably tell, I'm going to be leaving via the shuttle, which means that our next adventure will involve the volunteer and finishing off his quest.
Cool. That makes sense enough.
Like, I could just sort this and it would probably work. Yeah. Oh no, one more spot. Okay.
Just get rid of the
I'll see
Gluck
ya.
assist.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna eat me some banana pudding. That's all right.
That's the much tastier alternative to what I said. Yes.
Banana pudding. I like banana pudding. Okay, there we go.
I'll admit, I've never had banana pudding in my life.
This entire floor is covered in electricity and lightning, so I ain't standing there.
Yeah, this is a hazard that they put in there without really telling you that they were going to. And of course, to fix it, you would need Joan.
Yeah.
Joan is MVP of this entire squad. Anybody who says otherwise can just fight me.
I was watching my thought processes as I sort of gingerly sneak. Everyone's talking about how cautious I come across as when I play this game, but at the same time, you think about it, like it's the perfect way to fight the Typhon. Their sense of awareness, their sense of interaction. I guess I'm the perfect foil for them. Is probably the best way to put it, because I like to sort of move through, taking my time.
Yeah, at least in terms of how you learned to play Prey, it definitely does work. I mean, there was no way that Baccia was going to survive if you hadn't been quite as, what's the word I'm looking for? Methodical, I think. Yeah, that's the word I think I want to use here. It's a good word for it.
Everyone was telling me he's like he was the Terminator.
Honestly, that dude dying with an elite shotgun on him, that's just on him. All of these other people die with used plastic tubing or
Sci-hypos and string.
They had no chance. You die with a freaking elite shotgun on you, girl, that's on you.
It's a shameful display.
Very shameful display. Of course, now I want to go back and play Shogun 2. Thanks a lot. This is all your fault. You realize that?
This is an advanced wrenching.
It's got microchips and everything.
God, I think it was the first good look we had at someone's face melted from Typhon contact was what we saw in that opening cutscene too, because that's like we never really stared at him too much, so it's just interesting.
There's a very good reason for that. I mean, it kind of looks like looks like a special from Cancer Gone Wild. Like all of your horniest cancer tumors out here to play for you. Yeah, exactly. That shudder is exactly what you should be thinking right now.
There are sexy cancers in your neighborhood.
They're just dying to meet men over 35. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good with not clicking on that particular. Oh, come on, summon the mule.
That's okay. I know I don't screw up. I was just like I was very carefully seeing if you had anything worth getting, like, while trying to avoid, the F up. Yeah, I'll load them up.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
The mule isn't going to hum E1M1, so I have to sub in for him.
Yeah, that's alright. I will never judge a person for fulfilling in the role of the mule. There we go.
Okay, later. We're gonna get out in this most stylish way possible.
Ain't gonna upload our consciousness into no computers this time.
Where we then get freaking atomized by a
Thanks, Claire.
a spy that's been tampering around in our crap. Leave it alone, Typhon. So let's talk about like, because I presume you've already thought ahead a little bit to also make this a 5-person escape if need be. Can't you reuse the mimic portal if you want or if you need?
I have not tried. That is again something I'm going to take a look at, like when I sort of like play through.
Only one order remaining.
Like, I'm going to be doing some experimenting stuff.
It's incredible.
Oh boy.
This last one is going to be tough.
No,
But
it's
once it's
not.
done, you
I think they assume you do the 5-person escape last.
Obligation to Gasma. Nor will Gasma have any to you. You understand? Just be sure. Just make sure you're ready. For your last order, I mean. That's all I wanted to say. Basilisk out.
Having done Claire's story objective, we suddenly become distinctly aware that we have the Casma command key sitting inside the data vault operator. This thing will open anything, especially that giant keyhole that's up inside the escape pod. If you remember, up inside this space satellite pod. We'll take that. That could come in handy.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably best to keep that on your person because I remember what happened last time you sat down in a chair with an operator carrying that thing nearby. The aforementioned, atomization.
All right, it's time for finally getting this nonsense out of the way. I goofed up before, but no, I'm not gonna goof up this time. Well, I think I'm gonna forget to take a propulsion unit, but there's plenty sitting around, so it's already.
Well, yeah, you left the propulsion unit that it keeps statically freaking spawning in like the first corridor there. So that isn't even really a mistake. That's just properly using what you know is in the map.
Yeah, so that should be everything I'll need. I didn't have a wrench.
The wrench.
Okay. I like that there's an elite thing just for farming Casma points too. So if you really, really, really want to farm some Casma points, just go for it.
Casma points are very valuable, damn it.
It's all in your head. Take 2.
This time we are going to pretend like we're a proper puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Hazardous atmosphere conditions.
Give me everything. I should just press take all, but I know I have actually got less room. And I don't necessarily want to take everything every time. Like, I'll always leave materials on there. So apologies to everybody who's like, why is he he's like an old man typing. He's like looking down and looking up again. Don't worry. There's actually like a meaning behind my stupidity. Don't worry about it.
I can actually make a lot of sense out of that, particularly because the only person with suit augmentation and therefore a larger inventory is Joan. and you just filled that thing up pretty much full from a full inventory of Riley's. So literally taking anything is going to put you in a space where you can't empty the mule.
That's for no good reason at all. Boost that. It's not really going to get much use, to be honest, because, well, as we know, the Typhon are going to be on our side as we journey around the station once we kick this off.
Volunteer. This is a sneaking mission.
Huh.
I love the little vibration that always goes through you when you fire that thing off. That makes me think that, you know, deep down the person doing that is just having the time of their freaking lives.
Alright, and because Riley's already killed everything here with the Typhon Towers, there's nothing stopping us just wandering around as we please.
Man, this is cathartic.
Yeah, it's like, it's always nice to just sort of wander across the surface of the moon, just without, you know, anyone bothering me. Look. One way that Riley would be able to ensure, like, she had enough control modules is to go out and pick a fight with 2 harvesters. Of course, that would involve having to deal with the Moonshark and then not getting to nuke the Moonshark. So, like, F that noise, right? I suppose another possibility would be to, like, take 2 modules out of, like, the power system and do it. But that just seems like asking for trouble.
Yeah, I mean, the other way is you do have a crafting schematic for it, so you could just go around scavenging parts and stuff until you have the appropriate materials for the control modules you need. But again, you know, what's easier, doing all of that nonsense or spending a couple of the Chasma points, of which you have about a gorillion?
Yeah, I've done pretty well only dying once.
Yeah, that is something that a lot of people have been commenting on, and you know, I have definitely been impressed about. Is, you know, most people are just like, oh man, yeah, I freeze up, I get overwhelmed, blah blah blah, and it ends up with a lot of silly deaths. So I can only imagine that your moment where you lost focus fighting that one phantom is just a normal occurrence for most people. So yeah, kudos to your clarity of purpose.
I just gotta kill all the Typhons. I know all the solutions to the problems is killing the Typhons. It was the time I wasn't supposed to kill the Typhons that I got killed. And I'm like, oh, that's right, I gotta turn the door on. Oh well.
No, Robokai said, I must kill the demon. No, Robokai, you are the demons. And then Robokai was a phantom.
Well, if I'd have persisted in that run,
I mean, you're about to basically be a phantom up over here. Like, there's a reason I went specifically for that shitty fanfiction reference.
Well, if I'd persisted in that run, Riley's corpse would have been there as a phantom.
Oh, brilliant! That's even better.
That's a feature of like the increased amount of corruption. Of the corruption. That's a firebolt caster.
A firebolt caster. What horrible maniac put that out? Dear God.
Yeah. So there we go. Number 5.
So, like, this is a question I feel like I have to ask now. You run across Riley Yu's Phantom. Is it just like a normal Phantom? Is it any more powerful than usual? Like,
Don't know.
The dealio there?
Do not know because I haven't done it.
Yeah.
That's something for like. There is definitely going to end up just being a video once all is said and done, where I just
I'll
show off all of the skins and stuff that are added, and I'll record all the weird, interesting things. Man, Alexei, your kid is ugly.
God damn, boy.
Oh, sorry, Alexei is the kid. Is it Andre? I don't know. Actually, I don't know who's who anymore. It's the telepath in my brain. So, whatever.
It hoits.
Something you have to do for me. For us. So we can be together. It's what you want. You have to find my toy. You miss my birthday. Miss.
Look, you get thrown in a gulag. You try and keep up on birth dates. Like, I don't even have anything to mark the days passing on a wall. Also, I don't have enough wall to remember that many birthdays. So it's like,
I'm a really big fan of the random tentacle on his that keeps like stroking his light eye hole thing, whatever the hell you want to call it. And I'm also a big fan of you randomly teabagging, by the way. But yeah, like it looks like he's like constantly wiping tears away from his eyes in that cutscene. It's like, okay, yes, cry me a river, Typhon. You're
I'm
not
sad,
fooling
Daddy.
anybody.
I'm very sad.
Remember, doing what I want is all that you care about.
Yeah. And I think I stopped for a moment here doing this, and I'm like, wait a minute, why can't I go through? Will I? Nope. Okay,
Oh,
must be later.
okay.
Oh no, here we go. I was about to say, yeah, because I'm like, oh, well, I want to see. I realize I haven't actually tried to see if I can go to a place that doesn't have power, that doesn't have like power to its shuttle from a place that does have power from its shuttle.
That's...
So I thought, well, I'm just gonna take a look. Like, obviously the objective says no, but I want to see what it looks like. So this is for you, everybody. I am helping educate you and everything.
Yeah, no, this is a science experiment. How is Tram formed?
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those rare opportunities where the entirety of the station isn't trying to kill me, so hey, why not, right?
Open de dope.
Give me that door power. Because yeah, look, everybody's okay with me.
I felt the impulse to like encourage you to slam the trigger again. It almost felt like habit at this point.
It's a phantom around here, that's why the fountains were going off. So I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
You mean a poltergeist?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Poltergeist. And yeah, so the tram will not take me to the crew annex, but it
Alright,
can
that's
take
fair.
me to somewhere else. So there's that.
So something being out of power disables it as both a destination and as a departure point.
It makes sense. It was very likely what it was, but I wanted to see if you could go anywhere else too. So we could have gone to another place if we really wanted to.
Sure, we could have gone to the crew annex, but that's not where we're headed.
Oh, I think it's the crew annex we're going to. It's the Moonworks we could have gone to.
Oh, right, yeah. I got that mixed up. My bad.
That's right, because I remember where the toy is. I don't know why this child's toy is where it is, but okay.
It is a dog.
Well, I know why. It's because it's all in our head. But
This should help. You should feel more alert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
really
what
alert.
I feel.
Also, because I don't actually ever sustain one, I might as well talk about a concussion. I have in a non-recorded playthrough, because I've recorded all I need to record now. I was hit with something in the head and got a concussion in the game, obviously. And so I was like, oh, okay, what does this do? And what it does is it diminishes your total psi pool, much the same way a burn diminishes your total health pool.
Right, okay, so it's basically a burn for your mind.
So we're not entirely alone out here. There's security operators going around picking fights with stuff, but there's also a lot of phantoms and things having fights. I'm just I'm just gonna hang back.
It updated everything to corruption level 4, so all of that junk will have respawned. All of Riley's hard work is now just gone.
Yeah, and if I were to somehow use it again, it would probably just like cancel the mission because that would kill everyone.
Definitely would cancel the mission. Because I mean, like when you fired it off as Riley, it gave you credit for all of those things that you murdered, right? Well, you murdered literally one thing earlier, and it failed the mission for you. So
yeah, I didn't even shoot a telepath. I shot a controlled person, and the mission failed.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way that's gonna work.
This is annoying. What's about to happen?
What?
I'm like, I want to go through the Typhon Gate, and I can't go through the Typhon Gate because the Technopath is there.
Technopath in the way.
Now, at this point, I have completely brain lapsed and forgotten that you can shock the gates to get them to go down. You'll notice a lot of people, like in the videos that we have uploaded by this point, have been talking about how you can do that, and I've like completely missed the note. I was like, I saw an example of it, and this is actually what makes my brain remember it. I saw an example of it when we were doing Riley's thing of a voltaic one, turning it off. But I'm just like, oh, maybe I can just throw a Typhon lure. It's ignoring the Typhon lures. I don't know if that's like a
That's
thing that happens
interesting.
just in... Yeah. I'm like, oh, surely he's far away. No, it's gotta be much further away. So, I'm going to fluff around with this for a little while. I'm sorry, everybody. I could have edited it out, but, you know, like, I want to own my mistakes.
Yeah, I feel like this is an honest way of handling it. And truthfully, I feel like the Typhon lure was required anyway because it's a damn technopath. Like it practically attracts all of the electrical stuff that you would need to.
You wanted
Wait, Alexi is talking about something silly.
not perish.
So you know, buggering around and not doing things sensibly does actually give us an opportunity to experience experience some of the mind warping that Alexei is putting us through. Yeah, it's like the technopath is so far away now, but it's still not far enough away. So I'm like, okay.
That's very silly. You're very silly, Gate.
It certainly doesn't help I
suppose-
can't see anything.
Yeah, I suppose it does make sense though in the context of, for example, the Boccia runs where, you know, you have you had the Phantom that was like halfway across the universe that was still keeping the gate closed, so you had to go kill that while tangling with the moon shark.
Mm-hmm. What if the moon sharks are in here somewhere? I can see the ground vibrating.
Yeah, it's got to be around here. It must have respawned. There's no way it hasn't. Of course, you know, you're allied with the Typhon right now because ostensibly you are being controlled by, you know, Alexi telepath. So
yeah,
that's a thing.
I will say this is probably one of the best times if you're like, oh man, I still need some more psychoscope scans. Probably your best time to do it.
No joke.
Just go around and like take photos of them.
They're not gonna bother you. Oh, goody.
Sexy
Again,
photos.
he lost one of his turrets there, and he had to like scramble to get it back. That's really strange.
That's a real problem that the Typhon have, and I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know what he's doing. He's drunk. Technopath, you're drunk. Are you okay,
Go
man?
home.
Ow! I ran into his
doing
turret and he
this?
hurt me. Just as well I have regeneration, and I'm like,
Yeah, you definitely needed it there. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised you didn't take a concussion from that one. He totally clocked you in the side of the head with that thing.
I don't know what the hell's going on with me and running into stuff. It seems to be my worst injuries come as a result of just traveling too quickly into something with my face.
Well, you've got to go fast, bro. Anyway, you needed to get the Technopath away from that gate anyway, because I swear to God, if you had tried to do anything with Disruptor, it would have just been bad.
Might have been a bad idea to do it while I was nearby, yeah. So everybody who was yelling at their screen for the last 5 minutes, I do apologize. I did say beforehand. I do remember eventually.
You got it.
I do apologize. Let's just had a bit of a brain implosion.
Flooding and electrical damage detected. Oh, good.
Yeah, I remember everything in here had lots of water and lots of electricity around the place, and the screen keeps shaking I think denotes them spawning a nightmare, but I don't think it actually spawns a nightmare while you're doing this, so the screen just shakes and the noise comes out.
Just scares the crap out of you. Turret! You're rude.
Yeah. I want to be very careful. I could throw a kinetic blast, but I don't want anything nearby it to get damaged.
Right.
You can see it's like, oh god, okay, there's more security.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that an operator or is that another Typhon? Alright,
that's an operator. It's gotta be an operator. But we'll find out.
Okay, yeah. Totally an operator. Alright. Go away now. Scumbag.
There's one picking a fight with everybody. I'll leave him to it.
Yeah, just wait. Wow, he actually won.
Yeah, the security operator laser. Like, if it can get, enough hits on something, it will absolutely ruin the day of anything it targets.
I'm a little bit surprised that it took out at least two puppeted humans and ostensibly chased off the. Oh no, okay, alright. The telepath was not even really in this room. The telepath barely even understands what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Damn well better now, because holy crap, it is getting itself ruined.
Yep. No, it's getting torched, but
Good night.
and it's dead. As you can see, it dying has nothing to do with our mission, which is nice. We don't have to protect any of these things. We can watch them die, and we can harvest their corpses and get their time delays.
Oh my god. Can you imagine what this would be like if it was an implicit escort of every Typhon organism on the fucking moon?
It would be impossible because some of those things were getting attacked like from halfway across the crater.
Yeah, my head hurts just thinking about it.
You're so
It's a Matryoshka doll.
far away.
I probably said that wrong.
No, I won't even try.
Yeah.
my Australian tongue would not be able to master such ins and outs. Oh no.
It's a Russian
Well, that was
doll.
apparently not the Alexei telepath because Alexei's still talking to us.
Yeah, it's still talking to us.
Ah, so now we go to an escape pod.
Oh, is that what we're doing now?
Yeah, which means we would be leaving again by the escape pod. But I'm like, wait, the crew annex had like again. This is gonna be a moment where I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
This doesn't seem right. Cause like I remember you taking a look at it. Like the crew annex is the one with the functional escape pod. There's another one that isn't working on the Moonworks, I believe. There was one that was also not functioning that Joan could ostensibly repair.
I'm gonna run back and I'm gonna like restore power anyway because I got like 2 control modules.
Yeah,
2
you
control
might as
modules,
well.
nothing to lose. I'm not under attack by anybody except like laser guys who I can handle. Most of the problems involving like the defense systems of this station have been taken care of already. So
It's still really surreal to me to just be able to walk past these phantoms without immediately getting vivisected. I mean, the mechanical guys, you implicitly understand those things. They're not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
The phantoms, on the other hand, they see you and then immediately, all of them have this massive alpha strike. It's just, please no.
yeah, they get real sassy about it. All right.
All right.
There
that's
we
much
go.
Better.
And interestingly enough, it does actually activate the thing. So where we're going is an escape pod in one of the areas.
Yeah,
It is like we talked about like the escape pods that you have to get into to do it. It's actually a specific unique escape pod that it spawns in.
Oh, I see. So this would ostensibly be why one of the escape pods is always missing, even on like the first go round.
So it looks like we're going back to the labs to do this.
Sure.
Yeah, for all the shaking it does, it never really actually spawns the nightmare. It always cracks me up. So we just get this whoa.
Look, I am doing something very scary, but you're actually friendly, so it would actually help you. And
The legs.
I just lost all interest in this. This is the game talking.
Give me them blinnies.
Seriously, you just dropped the spare parts for the blinnies? Okay.
Yeah, I love blinnies.
I have no idea what a blinny is.
They're like tiny little pancakes that you have with like fish. Like you put like, well, I mean they're like pancakes too, but like the only blinnies I can get my hands on are like little ones, which you put like fish stuff. It's like you wipe it on.
That does sound pretty tasty, actually.
Yeah, they're like. I think it's just another way of saying pikelet, to be honest. But
All right, that's fair.
Blinny
Also-
sounds so much better than pikelet. I mean, pikelet still sounds like a really, really nice food, but
You say pikelet, and the only thing I can think of is the old Planescape games where they were using like that old English like dialect for the like low common people, so everybody was calling each other pikers or whatever. Doing something vaguely awful with a tentacle.
God, everyone is so gribbly around here. Ah, dear. Oh, it's like pikelets. Pikelets are basically the thick pancakes, only smaller.
I really can't believe that it's going to be this simple. Like,
Well, I'm gonna like sort of like kerfuffle with it a little because even I'm like, wait, no, what?
it can't be this easy. You went and you got a.
So close. so close to me and Mama. You have to put my toy in the spaceship.
Scanning. Typhon threat imminent.
Hey, lady. How you doing?
I have a horrible headache! Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna need some serious leave for that one.
So yeah, this is obviously the one that's missing. I'm just like, do I what?
Typhon
Oh,
detected.
let's hop aboard.
Sure,
They're expecting
why
me.
not? Put my
So this
toy in
one's
the
a-
spaceship. This is one of the weirder requests I've ever seen a Typhon make.
Yeah, and like an idiot, I don't just like go in and turn it on. Like I'm like, do I gotta put it down? Is that it? Let's.
Get into the
I
escape
overthink
pod.
things. I'm right at the end. I'm right at the end of all the adventures to the last Chasma Order, and I'm seriously overthinking this. I'm like, what is this? I wonder what this is.
Yeah, no, seriously, this feels almost anticlimactic. Because I mean, you've been walking around pretty much untouchable from all of the most scary things in the entire game.
And then I drop it, and it's like, and then I was like, find the toy, and I'm like, okay, let's press the button and leave. It won't actually work. This is so funny. It won't actually launch.
You're kidding
what?
me.
So that's so you don't like fuck yourself up. Like that's kind of funny. This thing will not launch unless I'm holding the toy.
All right, well,
And of course I'm like, huh? Do I have to get out? Is there a way to launch it externally? It's like really overthinking this a little too much, me. Like
honestly,
no. It's fine. It's fine. I really did just like overthink this.
I can't even mess with you on this. Like, I would love to clown on you for this, but this has been something of a journey of 1,000 miles, and you kind of expect there to be some horrible trap at the last step. Not for it to just be, you know, the last step.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, sure.
Papa, I'm going to be so happy with my toy. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. So proud of you, Papa.
A deathless run of Prey Mooncrash is literally impossible.
Oh my god. The telepath controlling you explode in your head. I love everything about that.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, this has to be shot. I want to thank you for all you've done. You don't have much time, so good luck to you.
Okay.
And
That seems a
away
little troubling.
we go.
I have not much time in what? Is it? Am I going to go back in the simulation? Do I?
Peter,
Uh-oh.
we've never
Oh
seen-
no.
Oh lord.
I'm the OC at Chasma Corp overseeing your unit. Basilisk reports to me. You've done brilliant work for us. Thank you. Unfortunately, budgets are tight and we just can't afford to pick you up. We're going to honor the contract, though, and send your completion bonus to your family. Thank you again, Peter. We'll make it quick.
We've got about 50 seconds of oxygen. And I'm like, hey, I'll go up here. No, wait a second. We did the thing with the O2 tank. Where is it? Oh god.
Oh.
Oh god. Okay. There we go. Alright, so now we've solved the oxygen problem. Let's solve the we're stuck in a satellite that's like, you know, basically just gonna drift there with no oxygen until I run out of my emergency supply.
And
Problem?
it probably is in unstable orbit now too, so you will literally moon crash. It said the thing.
Okay, so now we've used our key. We can decide how we're gonna do this. Okay, so we got Earth, Chasma deep space platform, or initiate a lunar decommission of the satellite, which is the moon crash, by the way. So Earth seems too obvious, right? So let's see if we can get to the platform. That's obviously where Basilisk and everybody else is. Maybe we
That
can
seems
get
like
them
a terrible
to
idea.
like. Yeah, well, apparently we don't have enough to get there, so we can't do it.
Maneuver canceled.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Decommission? Oh, this
This
operation is
operation is
terminal?
terminal.
Okay,
No,
let's not
don't.
do that just yet. That's obviously what they want us to do. It's
Yeah.
always option 3. Push the fat man.
Reminds me of all of those moments in like Fallen London games where it's like, seriously, don't do this.
Okay, there's no way we're going to be able to get to Earth if we can't get to
Killing
a
me.
space station. So
Actually,
our only
no,
option
you're killing
is...
you.
Yeah, our only option is to decommission the decommission the satellite.
Swear to gods.
I'm like, really? Really? This is it? I'm gonna like, because this says terminal. This terminal says terminal.
It's probably not messing around with that.
No,
Fuel.
but at least we have enough fuel for it. Yes. And that's where apparently we're gonna be landing, so, oh boy, here we go.
I was gonna say that's like that that moment in Call of Duty 4 right after you get nuked and your soldier is just like yanking himself out of a crashed chopper and you're just like, all right, I just need to keep crawling forward and it'll be fine, and then you fall over and you're just dead. It's because you just literally got nuked. Like, let's reality check, bro.
No way getting out of that one.
Though. Yeah, no,
this is an amazing
brilliant.
song, by the way. I have listened to this song on YouTube so many times, and I'll probably provide a link in the thread for it.
Definitely do that.
Now, I guess, you know, it's cat's out of the bag. This was the last episode of Mooncrash. I've already gone back and started playing this again because this is actually, for me personally, really, really fun. It's hard to describe how surprised I was when I tried this out and we managed the things we did in this run through. I was never sure if I was going to really enjoy this when it first came out. I decided I was going to do a blind run because there was really no other better way to to show the stumbling and fumbling experience than that. And I'm glad on both accounts that A, I gave it a chance, and B, I did it as a blind run. Even if it has resulted in everyone trying to explain to me how to play the game properly. It's like, guys, stop. I'm like,
hey, this is
I'm like
how
putting
you
my
play the
hand.
game
I'm putting my
properly.
hand on their
Fails to
face. I'm like,
die,
stop.
Has huge resource reserves that don't matter because he's doing well.
but at the same time, I do appreciate that. Like, I've watched other people do blind runs of games, and like, and you just sit there just going, for fuck's sake! Oh my god, I can't watch this 10 minutes of you running in circles. But you know, then I did the Technopath thing, so hopefully it's broadened my mind a little, makes me a little more patient.
Not even
accepting
just
of things like
that. Like, to be fair to everybody, like, I don't want to clown on people too hard because when folks come in and they're just like, you could have done it this way, and it works better if you do it like this. You know, that's y'all interacting in the best way you can. Like, as long as you're not a freaking jerk about it, then you're contributing, right? Like,
yeah,
you know,
nice.
I don't want to clown on people for like positively interacting with us. That's like what this is all about. That's why you and I do this, because we like hanging out with people like that.
Yeah. So, just to get back on Prey Mooncrash, this game has really good gameplay. Like, Prey already had really good gameplay. It was simple, but it worked, and it works really well in here as well. it works really well with the mechanics they introduced, the mechanics they kept, the repetition stuff. If you want to just sit in a simulation and just play and never stop, you don't necessarily have to finish, because this is the big thing. If I want to play playing Mooncrash from Beyond here, obviously, which I have done, you do have to actually restart completely. It's a whole new game. There's no New Game Plus for it. You just have to start from the beginning again as Peter, doing the initial volunteer stuff, and then slowly unlocking everything. It is a self-contained experience, and that was part of the cost of it. It being a narrative game, and what a narrative game! So many great stories tucked in there. Just like I would say the weakest story is Riley's story in her story objective, but I really liked the building of her trying to get out, and Claire actually being responsible for her death, and the events of her quotation mark consciousness escape, resulting in the key we needed being to get out of this being in the operator. There was a really we were joking about 5D chess. That was some bloody 5D chess right there. I loved that.
That was some beautiful 5D chess, and from a functionality standpoint, the thing that I love most is that in addition to being an amazingly fun experience, I see you, I feel you having all sorts of fun throughout this mini Let's Play that we've done, and I can just feel it myself. And the tool set that they clearly have built up to make these sorts of experiences, gosh, I can only hope that they do all sorts of new and more new and heavier stuff with it. And then seriously, Arcane, when you guys are done with it, you've got to make it available to other people somehow, some way, because I direct your attention to something like Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, open source C++ game that is all about making these sorts of puzzles and these sorts of procedurally generated sort of environments, and then just unleashing people's problem solving to do something amazing, which is exactly what they did, particularly with Riley's Riley's story in terms of doing the test firing. That was great. There were 100 different ways to solve it. It was a very practical. Peter, you jammy motherfucker.
Unfortunately, you probably already noticed the problem we've got here.
Yeah, yeah. That's a mimic.
This is not a simulation, ladies and gentlemen. I think we know why the Typhon ended up on Earth.
Yeah.
All it takes is one.
All it takes is one cell. One cell. Peter,
dear.
you jammy motherfucker, and also you poor
all.
motherfucker.
Yeah, there's a very considering that the it's really hard to say. The toy is still on the thing there, so it's very very strongly implied maybe Peter died after getting down to Earth. Who knows? Who knows? It's a mystery to everybody, but
He's the first Phantom or something.
who knows? But in the end, that was pre-Mooncrash, and obviously not the end. As of the time of this recording, the multiplayer Typhon Hunt game mode hasn't come out yet. We'll definitely be recording some of that.
Yeah, that's
Really looking forward to that. There'll be a video I'll put out which will show all the scans and also all the cosmetics that'll come out for this game, because we still have, I believe, 2 more cosmetic packs. Also, the Summer Games Done Quick selection, I think, hasn't come out yet either.
Save the Typhon, I believe, is where it ended up.
Yeah, and so we'll see. I will probably go in if I can remember to do it and poke a few of the things no power in Pythias and things like that, and just see what shenanigans that causes in terms of whether or not it releases that giant nightmare in there and things like that. That'll either be one video or just an amalgamation of just videos of me just plain goofing around. And there's nothing really much else to say. All the same nice, lovely things I said about Prey really do apply to Prey Mooncrash. I feel like it's a game that everybody should play. It's probably, for me, Prey 2017 was probably one of the, if not, the best game of 2017, which is high praise from me, considering a lot of really excellent games came out in 2017. 2017 was an amazing year for video games, but to me, like, no game really quite entertained me, really quite gripped me, and really quite encouraged me to show everybody else like Prey. And Prey Mooncrash is really just more of the same. So thank you, Arcane Studios, for making this stuff. Thank you to the audience for joining us and for talking with us as we go along. And thank you, Cool Guy, for joining me.
Thank you, dude, for providing such an amazing ride.
This is Prey Mooncrash. I've been the Last Robokai.
And I have been Cool Guy.
And we'll see you all next time.